So last time, Larry Butts crashed my computer. Hopefully this time he's gonna get murdered and we'll never have to deal with him again. Yeah, it's not gonna happen, obviously. February 7th, 7:46 p.m. Hasakura Temple, Main Hall. Boy, am I stuffed. Are you sure it's alright to eat that much before your training?
Well, this kind of training is a battle of endurance.
Mystic Maya, please don't do anything that might put your health at risk.
Ha ha ha. No pain, no gain, I guess.
I'm still worried about you. Well, let's not do the dally-shilly-shally. You must get ready for tonight.
A good luck, Maya. Alright, here I go. I'll see you all tomorrow, I guess.
Iris, please ring the bell at 10 o'clock while lights out, alright?
Yes, Sister Bikini.
And then, after you ring the bell, I want you to come join us at the training hall.
Oh man, Bikini, I need to change your voice at some point. I will say, interestingly, I mean, everyone says what a cutie patootie Iris is, and she is. She doesn't have the same evil vibe that she should have, because, I mean, she's clearly just Dahlia, right? And yet, her eyes don't have the same shadow darkness. Peculiar. I also like her... Is that they call that pink? That's more in the, like, purple range of pink, isn't it?
I understand, Sister Bikini.
Maya and Bikini really seem excited about this training thing tonight.
Well, Pearl, what are you going to do tonight?
Well,
If you'd like, you can come to my room. Perhaps we can read some books together.
really? I'd love to.
Okay, Phoenix. I know that Elise Dotem seems really nice and motherly. And to be clear, she is, at least in terms of Pearl safety, gonna be on the up and up. But also, he doesn't know her.
I'm not very good at reading.
Aha, well then, would you like to practice reading with me?
I'd love to.
Pearls is absolutely smitten with Miss Dotem. So Larry, what are you going to do? Me? Well, I'm just gonna hang out in my room. I can't stand the cold at all. I don't think I have ever noticed before in my life that whatever atrocity he is wearing as a sweater has, like, bows on top? You know what, Larry, let me... Usually I do this to be impure and look at bazongas or something, but I really need to see what's going on here exactly. So it has the monkey on there, which he's stained. And it looks like it has, like, 2 bows on each shoulder. Unless that's meant to be, like, a painter's smock, and those are things tying it on. But that's not how you would tie it on, right? I don't know. Anyways, we must go back to being a Christian stream of Phoenix, right? I totally hear you there.
Miss Elise, so, for example, how do you read this?
It says gravely. That's kind of a tough word.
Oh, okay. And what about this word?
That's another tough one. It says roast.
What kind of a book is she reading anyway?
Well, I'm going to go wash the dishes and help clean up. I'll go visit you when I'm done, Miss Elise.
Well, not much to do except head to my room and huddle under the covers, I guess. February 7th, 9:12 p.m. Hazakura Temple, Main Hall. Ugh, it's a whole different type of cold up here in the mountains. Ugh, why couldn't the nearest bathroom be just a little closer to my room?
Mr. Wright?
Yeah! Oh no, it's Mr. Wright. Damn it, I'm really bad at guessing these for this one. Oh, Miss Donim. Are you going to use the bathroom too?
No, but have you seen Burr?
No, not since after dinner. Thought she said she was going to go to your room.
I know, but she never showed up.
Phoenix, you make an exceptional guardian. For this 9-year-old? Yeah, 9-year-old.
I'm going to go look for her. Excuse me.
Miss Elise Donim. A woman as mysterious in origin as her last name. But the really mysterious one is...
Oh,
Ah, Sister Iris.
good evening.
The really mysterious one is this girl.
Are you on your way to the bathroom too, Mr. Wright?
I can't let this chance pass me by. I should try to talk with her and maybe get some answers. Oh, but now she has the shadow eyes again. My god. Thalia Hawthorne learned how to dye her hair. As much as I don't remember this case, I do remember what's going on with Iris. But by this point, you're clearly supposed to have some questions. I think, though, like, her vibe comes off as... Well, whatever. That's neither here nor there. Can I examine this stuff again? No, I got focus on her. That's fair. Look. Iris, I'm an attorney. Instead of showing her things, I really need to just listen to her story. This girl, just who is she? Okay, Phoenix. Fine. I love how the game's... So, it's because there's going to be a proper investigation, eventually. So, like, stop it. Stop pretending like you're doing an investigation already. And I'm like, game, all you need to do is not have this button be actable. Actable, wow. Have me not be able to activate this button. That would solve all these problems. But we have this illusion of choice. Iris. Your sister Iris, right?
Yes.
Okay. Thalia never blushed. I'm trying to think. When I was a baby, Chris, what was my first instinct for what was going on with Iris? So, when did you come to Hazakura Temple?
I don't remember. Ever since I was a small child, the temple has been my home.
I think I probably, especially with like this and maybe a couple other things, I would have probably thought amnesia. So you've never left?
Well, I don't have any family left to take care of me. Sister Bikini. I've come to think of her as my real mother, as it were.
Ah, I see. But didn't you go to college? And maybe enroll in the Ivy University Literature Department?
No, I never had an interest in going to a big university like that. My training is all the education I need.
I see.
But once in a while, when I get the chance, I make a trip to the nearby town. I can use a computer and a cell phone too.
That's not exactly something worth bragging about. But I don't see any psych locks, so I guess that means she's not lying.
But please don't stare at me like that.
Ugh. I forgot what a cutie Iris is. that blush is kind of a powerful weapon. What kind of a place is this, anyway? I heard it's for training to increase your spiritual power, or something like that.
It must seem awfully crazy to normal people like you.
Well, I have to admit it is a whole different world up here.
I'm glad to hear you say that.
Huh?
Talking with dead people, who does it help anyway? I hate it.
Really? So then why stay in a place like this?
Ah,
Is something wrong?
I didn't realize it was so late. I have to go and ring the bell for lights out.
I guess it's almost 10 o'clock now, huh?
Mr. Wright,
Yes?
if it's alright with you, I would like you to have this.
But this is your hood?
It has the power to protect you from evil spirits.
Come to think of it, Sister Bikini was wearing one of these too.
I pray for your safety on this dark, cold night.
Iris's hood, a magical hood said to offer protection from evil spirits.
I'm sorry, but I must bid you good night.
Wait a minute, Sister Iris. Can I have your line details?
Yes?
Although, I assume at least these games predate line. Or at least its predominance. Just now, you called me by my name. You said Mr. Wright. How did you know my name? I never introduced myself to you.
That's...
Sister Iris, please, tell me the truth. You and I, have we ever met before? Oh shit. 5 Cyclops. Iris.
It's almost 10 o'clock. Perhaps we can speak again tomorrow.
Thinks I tried to talk to a girl? Well, I added the extra G's there. Gong, gong, gong. I don't know why they made the sound. Hey, Katie. This is such a weird... This game in particular is the one that is most like... This is really bisexual Phoenix Wright in this game. I think most of the other games you can pretty cat... I mean, I guess in the first game, there's the titty cat girl. I call her a cat girl. She doesn't have any cat things, but she does that kind of things, but... Do I even want to try to make a Poké Claw character right now? It's true. I mean, if you make one, you can help me out tomorrow. So, the answer is probably not, really. So my hunch was correct. She does know me. I'll have to try to talk with her again tomorrow. Did you pick a species to be, like, because you already did the scores. You told me you did the stats. And I assume that, like, there's only a couple options that would make sense to, as an animal, to make an EVB, but I don't know if you've done or not. Still can't believe they didn't have any freaking butterflies. Ah! What the? That blood-curdling scream came from the courtyard. February 7th, 11:06 p.m. Hasakura Temple, courtyard. That scream, I'm sure it came from around here. Ah! Someone's there, on the ground. Miss Donim! Squish? I just stepped on something soft.
Hey, don't step on my tummy like that.
What are you doing lying there in the snow?
I was passed out. What do you think?
So that blood-curdling scream was you?
Forget about that. Hurry up and call the police.
Is there even a phone in the main hall?
No, but we still get reception up here in the mountains. You must have a cell phone on you, right?
I didn't bring it with me.
Oh, you're useless.
Phoenix, why would you not bring your cell phone? when you're traveling into... God, Phoenix, you dumbass.
I mean, even Iris has a cell phone. We've got no choice. You'll have to use the public phone by Dusky Bridge. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Run as fast as you can.
Yes, ma'am.
If you don't hurry, Iris will. Iris will.
February 7th, 11:18 p.m. Dusky Bridge. It's farther than I thought. The bridge is just up ahead. I have to go tell Maya what happened, too. Oh. Dusky Bridge. It's burning down. What the heck happened? Huh. What are you doing here? Ah. Huh? What is it? Is it me? Don't scare me like that, Larry. I almost had a heart attack. My name isn't Larry. It's Louise. Larry, hurry up and call the police. I'm going to the inner temple. Don't be stupid. The bridge is nothing but a burning wreck right now. Listen to me. There's been a murder. Here, at Hazakura Temple. What? The murderer might have fled across the bridge. I have to make sure Maya is safe. But... Please, call the police. I've got to go. Get out of my way, Larry. It's too dangerous. Nick, wait. I must have been crazy. I knew how dangerous it was, but I still went for it. Ah, Nick. Weakened even more by the fire, the rickety old bridge's planks snapped and gave way. And as I was swallowed by the eternal darkness that surrounded me, a final, terrified scream rose up to pierce the frozen air of that harrowing night. So, obviously, we know Phoenix cares a lot about Maya. And this is, I think for most people, it's a platonic family thing, but some people like to make it romantic, regardless of if you want to put any spin on it. He cares a lot about her. She's very important to him. We saw that a lot at the end in the fourth case of the second game, when she got kidnapped. But I think here is where we see the purest expression of that. Because we established Phoenix hated going over that bridge. He was terrified of it. And he does not have an ounce of hesitation in running across that same weak-ass bridge at night when it is on fire. Because he wants to make sure Maya is safe from a potential killer. That is... I mean, one, that shows he really cares for Maya. And two, that is a... It fails, because the bridge collapses. That's a very pure act of heroism, too, to just go for that. Maya, go back to just getting accused of normally. They'll keep you safe in jail. Ah, and now we know why. The other one, he was in a hospital bed. Date. Time. Location. Okay, I'm going to make a guess. There's two characters this could be, but I'm pretty sure. Who could that be at this time of night? Okay, good. I thought that was pretty safe. Yes, Edgeworth speaking. Edgy, get up. It's an emergency. Huh? Larry, do you know what time it is? It's not Larry, it's Louise. Louise Donin. Man, I would not blame Edgeworth if he hung up right now. This is nothing more than a terrible nightmare. I'll just roll over and... Wait, don't hang up. It's an emergency. It's Nick. He took a really nasty spill. Well, it wouldn't be the first time, so... I'm not joking. His life is in danger. What? What happened? Tell me. Talk about a guy with bad luck. He may already be dead. Anyway, you gotta come back. You're the only one that can help. My Iris. My beautiful Iris. She needs help.
God damn it, Larry.
I mean, in fairness, the way Edgeworth can help is not what Phoenix really needs right now. But god damn it, Larry, Phoenix is important to you. Focus the fuck up, man.
Alright, I don't know what's going on, but I'll be there as soon as I can.
I'm at the detention center. Please, hurry.
It's been 1 year since I left that country. I thought I wouldn't have to see him again for a while. Sounds like it won't be a pretty reunion. As if I expected anything to change.
So, obviously, Ace Attorney Investigations is the first game that Edgeworth stars in. But nobody said that was the first game you can play as Edgeworth in. February 8th, 2:19 p.m., Detention Center, Visitors Room. You're late, Edgy. What took you so long?
I don't want to hear it. I chartered a private jet to come as quickly as I could.
Well, you should have chartered a faster one. Anyway, just listen. Something happened to Miss Lise, and Nick is, and Maya and Iris's bikini. Huh? Say something, Edgy.
Before I came here, I stopped by the hospital and paid Wright a visit. I believe I have a better understanding of the situation than you at this point. The murder victim was the picture book author, Miss Elise Donin. She was found by Wright and the head nun. The suspect is the temple's younger nun. Then later, while Wright was crossing the bridge, it broke and he fell into the river. The hospital says that he'll need at least 2 days of bed rest.
Yes, that's right. You got it. But they arrested her. My sweet little Iris.
And here I was, convinced he was the one the police had arrested.
Man, Edgeworth, you are a softie who cares. If you chartered a private jet back to try to help Larry.
However, I still don't understand what these 2 items are for.
What are you talking about?
They're things Wright gave to me while I was leaving his room. This is the first. It's a weird glowing green rock. He said some nonsense about being able to see into people's hearts with this. And the other, he couldn't possibly be asking what I think he is. Could he?
I'm begging you. Iris' trial starts tomorrow. With Nick out of the picture, you're all I've got left. You're the only one that can represent her.
What did you just say?
You know, represent. Defend? What were you expecting? Why do you think I called you anyway?
I'm a prosecutor, Larry. A prosecutor. Do you understand what I'm saying? A prosecutor is a lawyer who...
Don't talk to me like a kid. I graduated from junior high, you know. Don't worry about it. I promise I won't tell.
But I
mean, I heard a paper badge had no problem fooling an entire court before. Fuck. Damn it. Isn't one of the worst things this game does is when Larry has an actual point? Like, Larry, how can you think he can just use Phoenix's badge to, well, they accepted a fake badge? It's like, god damn it. He's right. The judiciary in the system is completely rife with just So much incompetence.
How could this country's judicial system have fallen into such decay?
Please, Edgy. At least listen to her. Listen to Iris's side of the story.
So Wright wasn't joking when he gave me this badge after all.
There he found his job calling, well, his calling job wise, so he got 1 extra point of insight. I arrived to a broken clock being right. Hey, Captain.
Thank you for coming. My name is Iris.
Edgeworth. Miles Edgeworth.
I don't know if I can be of any help, but I will at least hear what you have to say about the murder. Mr. Wright, how is he?
Also, yeah. Because in the very first case it is happened. We also get the weird moment of, Captain, you arrived to the pure, we've returned to the gay roots of the series, where Phoenix has entrusted his attorney's badge, his most precious thing. He basically proposed to Edgeworth just now. Except that he did that after a very early investigation where he was very heteronormative and into this Iris chick for some reason.
How is he? Mr. Louise said that he might even die.
Man. I forgot how strong Iris was in general. Phoenix Wright wants to cement that he is a bi-king.
Fortunately, he will be fine. Harry, you moron. How could you say something like that? He was badly bruised when he hit the water, but otherwise he is unharmed. He fell 40 feet into a raging stream in the middle of winter, but he is mostly unharmed. We don't question these things about Phoenix, Wright? Thank goodness. But he's caught some kind of nasty cold. A cold? He's running a high fever and is drifting in and out of consciousness.
I actually think that is still basically a shock trauma response to what happened to him. Not really a cold, but whatever.
I must be imagining things. This woman, I feel like I've met her before.
Also, yeah, Phoenix, not Phoenix, wow. Phew. Edgeworth, you need to work on your memory, bro. It's one of those things like, I guess it's because Edgeworth is very smart and he thinks of things very hard. He does not have a great face game, like when it comes to memory. Attorney's badge. Oh wait,
Attorney's badge, received from Wright. He wasn't serious when he gave this to me, was he? Makatama, received from Wright. Something about reading people's hearts. What utter nonsense. Hanging scroll, shows Misty Fae, master of the Karain technique.
this is also back in the Manfred days, and he probably blocks most of that shit out now. Lol. This is very valid.
Iris's hood, received before the lights out bell the night of the crime, protects from evil spirits. Hazakura Temple map shows Hazakura Temple and the surrounding area.
Also, I like how Edgeworth told us he got 2 things from Phoenix, but Phoenix just shoved the whole court record into his hands.
Oh, Cult New Year's issue, an occult magazine featuring Hazakura Temple. Photo of Elise, taken by her only pupil, Loris Donim. Phoenix Wright, age 26. My friend, since grade school, fell from Dusky Bridge and is currently hospitalized. Dick Gumshoe, age 32. Homicide detective at the local precinct, in charge of the initial investigation. Yes,
I will not add more or clarify my relationship with Gumshoe here. I will just treat him like he is a usual detective. Look, Edgeworth tries. We all know that of the two of them, Gumshoe is way more emotionally invested in their relationship. Larry Butts, age 25. Oh, Phoenix is a little bit older than Larry. I mean, that could just be the difference of their birthdays, but...
My friend since grade school. I don't remember how we became friends, though. Elise Donim, age question mark, the victim of this incident, a picture book author of unknown age, Larry's teacher. Iris, age 25, the defendant, a nun from Hazakura Temple. I know I've seen her somewhere before.
God, there's no way they would have. Could you imagine if, like, you got the full, like, Ace Attorney's Investigations mechanics just for this part of it? Oh, that would have been really hype.
The camera is glaring at me.
How do I want to do this?
If something glares at you, it's only polite to return the favor, is what I was taught. Is something bothering you?
Oh, excuse me. I do like how, despite him being a horrible demon murderer prosecutor man, Manfred plays his obsession so straight, it does still have a comedic angle to it. Which I think is what we get to see more here. Like, you don't really get too much in the actual case itself. Except for, like, his breakdown and how ridiculous it was he murdered Edgeworth's dad. Also, spoilers for the first game. This is the final case of the third game. You should know this shit. But here we see, like, Manfred von Karma told this child, trained to be a prosecutor, if you feel like something's glaring at you, glare at it back. Which is one of the most, like, emotionally stunted man-baby responses you can have.
The god is glaring at me. If someone glares at you, it's only polite to return the favor, is what I was taught.
Are you alright, Mr. Edgeworth?
Oh, excuse me. Also, that was, like, exactly the same, but... Hey, Edgeworth, can I present with your stuff first?
Is that an attorney's badge?
Yes, this belongs to Wright.
Really?
I'm actually a prosecutor.
Oh, then why do you have a defense attorney's badge pinned on your lapel?
Well, you see, I borrowed it.
I'm sorry. I don't leave the temple grounds very often, so I don't know very much about the outside world.
Iris, this is a Magatama. You are, literally wearing one. You should know what this is.
Who is the woman on this hanging scroll?
Well, I don't know the details, but I've heard she's the master of the crane channeling technique.
Master?
Yes, Mystic Misty. She was a great spirit medium. That's what I've heard. I also heard that she went missing over 15 years ago.
Spirit mediums? There's no such thing anyway.
Mr. Edgeworth?
I know all about them. They're nothing but frauds. She doesn't know anything about it, of course. There was a time, 17 years ago, when I met the master myself.
Oh, come on, Edgeworth. Look, he is a traumatized, repressed little child. You've seen them turn into Mia in the courthouse. Look, you can equip boobs, Katie. Has Dress Up Darling taught us nothing? On one hand, Edgeworth is too dumb for that. On the other hand, he does feel like the kind of person who would be like, you could fake that change. You just, you wear high heels and you put on fake titties. I mean, you notice they wear very large
voluminous clothing. Pearl is a baby. Look, when we're not looking, they change her out with another person. A grown woman replaces her. Pearl is so small she just hides in the robes, underneath those massive titties. Mia Fey never died. It was all an elaborate conspiracy. She's just hiding. Okay, maybe I need to stop here.
That's called a demon warding hood. I gave that to Mr. Wright last night.
He was wearing this when I saw him at the hospital today.
It's an important item for protecting acolytes from evil spirits.
If it's so important, then why did you give it to him?
Last night, I felt something. I felt that something terrible was about to happen. I didn't want Mr. Wright to fall into its grip.
Well, he wound up falling into something much deeper and colder. I probably shouldn't say that out loud, though. Thank God for inner monologue. Miles, a conspiracy theorist. Also, make Kisa now has the channeling technique been a huge factor for a case. Well, the actual channeling technique been a huge factor. Is it just... I mean, the only one where it's actually been relevant was when it was actually faked in the second case of the second game. And Edgeworth wasn't there for that one. The previous games had it, I believe. Like, there is the DL6 case where we know that he was dead to Phoenix Wright. Yeah, he was dead to Phoenix Wright then. And that's what he's talking about where he doesn't believe it. Because when Misty, Maya's mom, summoned Edgeworth's dad from the grave, his dad lied. Because his dad mistakenly believed that if he was shot by anyone, it was probably actually because of his son's fault. Well, we don't get that for sure. That is the implication of that. Is that Gregory Edgeworth probably... That feels weird, though. Okay, I would take that back. I don't feel like Gregory Edgeworth would have lied. I do think if he had to think he was shot by either his son or Yanni Yogi, he would think it was Yanni Yogi who did it. Also, I just want to leave us on this line about Edgeworth saying thank God for inner monologue. It's important that we see, now that we can see inside Edgeworth, this is full confirmation of just what a dork he is, too. He just plays it way cooler than Phoenix Wright does. Again, this is... I appreciate that they do have dialogue for when something doesn't work. Iris's in particular has failed both of these.
Oh, I just stay in the temple and I don't know what you're showing me.
Bitch, you don't know, 1, a magical thing relevant to your job, and 2, a map of the grounds of the place you lived. Occult New Year's issue.
I was against the idea of our temple appearing in that magazine. I was afraid that this type of tragedy might occur.
In that case, why did you allow them to run an article about you?
It was Sister Bikini. She's actually rather fond of attention. Surprisingly so.
Not surprisingly so with the way she slapped on makeup.
She certainly does look rather happy in this photo.
Photo of Elise.
That's Mystic Elise Donim. She's a picture book author, or so I've heard.
Does she come to Hasakura Temple often?
No, this was her first time. It's just that she was a very important visitor.
Is that so?
Yes, Sister Bikini told me. Be certain not to offend her.
The victim, Miss Elise Donim. The prosecutor's office still doesn't have much information about her, it seems.
So now we get maybe one of the first wrinkles. Well, Elise has already been kind of like mysterious. We already have this, like, she has a very powerful motherly aura. She seemed very nice. She has a mysterious age. Now we know, one, Iris calls her Mystic Elise Donim. And two, Bikini told her she was very important and had to respect her. Peculiar.
Mr. Wright, how bad is his cold? Well, his fever is very high. As a result, he's rather confused. Well, more so than usual anyway. He's worried about Maya, who is still trapped in the inner temple. And he's quite worried about you as well, it seems. Really? Yes. Naturally, once he recovers, I'll pass the baton back to him. I mean, being a defense lawyer is just icky. No, don't. I'm sure that Mr. Wright wouldn't want that. He wouldn't want to defend me.
Oh, please, Iris, can you not? I'm not prepared for your crying image. Yeah, you went no gumshoe, that's fine.
Oh, that's Mr. Larice. I'm sorry. Who did you say it was? Larice Donim. He is Mystic Elisa's apprentice, I think.
All right. Now, who exactly is this guy?
He's a very sincere, hard-working person. Did I say something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Excuse me. I was temporarily at a loss for words. Take a trip. Come home. Be thrust suddenly into bizarro world.
I mean, honestly, just this little bit of time already being in Edgeworth's head, you can see why this is, for a lot of people, their favorite case in the entire series. There's a lot of comedy that you can immediately mine by being in the head of Edgeworth for the first time.
That's Mystic Elise Donim. She's a picture book author, or so I've heard.
Does she come to Hazakura Temple often?
No, this was her first time.
Oh wait, no, this was... What am I saying? This was the same thing they did earlier. My bad.
You want to know about me? There's not much to tell, I'm afraid. Just let me get one thing straight. You were raised at Hazakura Temple, correct? And yet, somehow, you seem to know Wright. So you two must have crossed paths somewhere. No, Mr. Edgeworth. Whomever it was, it couldn't have been me.
Well, what is that supposed to mean? Oh, the thick plottings. Iris. Had to adjust my seat carefully. Uh-oh. Minor bit drops. That's fine. I don't think that'll affect sound at all.
Pardon me, Iris. I would like to ask you something, if you don't mind. I have the distinct feeling you and I have met before. It must be your imagination, Mr. Edgeworth. I blame the Goo Goo Dolls. People really like that song. I think it's one of the most well-known ones. After all, I hardly ever leave Hazakura Temple.
Also, yes, this is my way of tying in the title to this stream, which is a very bad joke, but still.
Hazakura Temple? What's that? It's a place where those who wish to boost their spiritual power come to train. You need to undergo some very difficult training to release your inner spiritual power.
Spiritual power? Did you go to that temple for that reason as well?
No, I don't have any spiritual powers. I don't need them.
In that case,
What are you doing at that temple then?
I've committed some sins. Sins that I need to pay for. That's why I'm there, and why I continue to train to purify my soul.
Edgeworth, the competition is strong. Maybe I should leave you in jail. At least until Phoenix finally puts a ring on it.
The night of the crime.
I want to ask you about last night. The night of the crime.
All right. I helped to clean up after dinner, then went back to my room at about 8 o'clock. Later, I left my room to ring the lights out bell at 10 o'clock.
Bell?
We ring it at the same time each night.
I see. And then?
And then I was told to go to the training hall, but I went back to my room and stayed there.
Why didn't you go to the training hall like you were asked to?
I was frightened,
Frightened?
so I just stayed in my room and meditated until the murder happened.
There's more to her story. I just know there is. Maybe I should dig a little deeper. Frightened? You were asked to go to the training hall on the night of the murder.
Yes,
However, you didn't go because you say you were frightened? What exactly were you so frightened of?
Oh shit. Okay, this is only 2 Cyclops though. This is baby Cyclops.
What in the world?
is there something wrong?
I'm sorry. It's nothing. It looks like she's not aware of them herself. These must be what Wright was talking about. The psycholocks. I believe he said that I need to present this Magatama item to do something.
You know, I'm gonna be honest. We've seen in investigations, Edgeworth can kind of look like a bit of a boob. But I feel like it's worse in this game, which leads me to believe that Phoenix's aura of incompetence has partially possessed them, and Edgeworth's base nature is trying to fight it as best he can. Although, I don't know, Edgeworth has a thing for faces and names. This is actually pretty consistent across the series. And it's honestly kind of funny. Because it's a really obvious, like, kind of a blatant weakness for him to have, but any idea?
So do you have any idea as to what really occurred last night?
I think it was a result of the tremendous spiritual power that was unleashed.
Spiritual power?
Yes, spiritual training has been a cause behind many great tragedies. This incident was just another example.
Iris, I'm sorry, but I can't accept that. I'm a man of science. I don't believe in spiritual power.
Yes, I understand. Most people don't.
And I am certain that the thing that killed the victim was a human. So please, answer me this simple question. Were you the one who killed Elise Dogan?
No. I'm not the one who took her life.
Those psycholock things aren't appearing. I suppose that means I can believe that she's not lying.
What's wrong?
I can't believe what I'm thinking. And here I just finished saying that I don't believe in spiritual power. It appears that's about all that you can tell me.
Thank you very much for listening to my story.
I visited Wright at the hospital before coming here. He asked me to take care of you.
Me?
Yes, at the trial tomorrow. He asked me to defend you.
If Mr. Wright has that much faith in you, Mr. Edgeworth, then I will gladly entrust my fate to your capable hands.
Like, look at the bizarro level this case is acting on. As Iris is saying that Phoenix must clearly really trust in his boyfriend Edgeworth, she is playing her waifu card that she also believes in Phoenix that hard, while being blushy and all cute, and that she will then also believe in Phoenix's belief in him. If not for the fact that Edgeworth is clearly really ace and maybe in love with Phoenix, I would be immediately like, thruple. No. Maybe a little bit, but not really. I think I like it more when like all three of them have a thing that they can have going on. And Edgeworth is just... he's very focused on Phoenix. There's only one girl that is even slightly on his radar, and that's because she's a little sister figure to him.
I will gladly entrust my fate to your capable hands. But before that, I have one question. Yes? Do you know Wright? Why would you ask that? Whenever you came up in our conversation, he would begin to act a little strange, like he was into women. Mr. Edgeworth, what is Mr. Wright to you? He is a very dear and indispensable friend. It was 5 years ago. That's when I deceived him. You deceived him? I heard that he was in a lot of pain afterwards because of what happened. I know what a weak person I am. That's why I thought it was best if he never saw me again. I wanted him to just forget about me without learning the truth. Well, if you ask me, Wright is still suffering. I need you all to deal with this so he can put you behind him and focus on me. Until he learns the truth, I don't think he will ever be able to truly recover. Iris, it's not too late. You should go to him. Tell him the truth. I'll defend you, but only if you agree to that one condition.
Edgeworth and Phoenix are just going to grow old together, adopting plucky girls through the years.
All right, Mr. Edgeworth. I promise. Very well. I'll do everything in my power to get you an acquittal.
I really...
That's enough information gathering for now. I should head to the crime scene.
If and when Ace Attorney 7 happens, I do want it to be a game that can stand on its own. I don't not want that. But if it involves Phoenix Wright, or Miles Edgeworth, or any of them to a significant degree, I think it's been long enough we can get a little fan service, especially since they've now gone and they've re-released and translated Great Ace Attorney and the Investigations collection. Give us Gumshoe. Give us Kay. Give us all of them. Like, eventually, you get Pearl, and they've gone to Maya. Give us Francisca. Just, they don't need to do too much. If it's just them, it'll be too fan servicey. Although if they can do something great with them, that's fine too. But like, oh my god. It's just been so long. I miss some of my babies. I like Trucy a lot. And I do like what's-her-face from Spirit of Justice. The daughter that is then ripped away from you by Apollo. I mean, I don't like her enough to remember her name, but gotta make 12 more Monster Hunters first. I mean, that does bring in the big bucks. All right. Well, I don't think I got anything new from that, so. Rafa. Okay. Now, did Katie remember Rafe, or did she have to check? As a Mega Man fan, I get it. Oh. I feel like as a Mega Man fan, you've got it worse in a lot of ways, because Mega Man is still also like a... What do you think? I think Katie remembered. And you can't see my face. So your ability to insight that is limited. Because Mega Man is like a legacy classic video game series. As much as I like Ace Attorney, and I think it has its own niche, I feel like it being a sideline for a successful series, I can understand more. Your faith in me is unfounded. Dude, I got 8 collections. You only got 4. That's fair. Suspension Bridge. February 8th, Dusky Bridge.
It sure is cold, all right. So this is it. Dusky Bridge.
Who would be saying this?
Is it Gumshoe? Is it Pearl?
A bunch of people say Gumshoe, I feel like is probably the safest bet. Let's see. Okay.
Oh, wow. It's you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Detective Gumshoe. God damn it, Edgeworth. Why is your first reaction a sound of discomfort?
Hey, long time no see. It's been about a year, or has it been longer?
It doesn't matter, Detective. What does matter is why you're shuffling around up here.
Oh, ouch, and there's that sharp left jab. Well, I'm happy to see you anyway, Mr. Edgeworth.
Gumshoe, you are such a good boy. You are honestly better than Edgeworth deserves. Except in terms of your investigative skills. But personality and character-wise, you are better than he deserves.
Let me guess. You were transferred by HR to the local precinct.
A wise decision. The vast amount of nothing up here should be quite easy to guard. Jesus Christ. Does anyone have some aloe vera? Because Gumshoe's just getting roasted. And look at that. Gumshoe doesn't even respond to it. He just accepts the abuse.
Oh, I heard you were back in the country and arranged to come all the way out here. Everybody was real nice. They even let me take charge of the investigation, sir.
Edgeworth, you were too logical. You need an incompetent assistant. Exactly.
Gumshoe indeed. The gum on your shoe. He's impossible to get rid of. I'm supposed to report on the details of the crime scene, sir. Anyway, here I am, Detective Dick Gumshoe, reporting for duty.
Great. Thank you, Detective.
I thought Prosecutor Godot was gonna get here before me. That guy's a real mystery, I tell you.
Prosecutor Godot? Still not looking at these, then, okay.
There's a little shack down that way called Heavenly Hall.
A shack?
It's like a run-down doghouse for losers that can't bear the freezing drafts of wind. Kinda reminds me of my apartment, sir.
The name Heavenly Hall makes it sound like a palace.
Giving a hovel a great name is a crime itself. I'd call it false advertising. By the way, the name of my apartment complex is Compton Castles.
That's not such a great name, if you ask me.
Well, it's not such a great apartment either, sir.
Oh, poor Gumshoe.
So this is the bridge Wright tried to cross. Pretty reckless if you ask me. I'm amazed he survived the fall from up here. Yeah, he's one lucky guy, sir. Now I see how he manages to win his cases in court. Blind luck.
Gumshoe. Come on. That's not fair to Phoenix.
I think dumb luck suits Wright just a bit better.
It's okay from Edgeworth. The whole nature of Edgeworth's love for Phoenix is soon, so.
It looks like a pretty good distance to that far cliff. Yeah, it's gotta be around 100 yards or so.
Detective, that's not even close to 100 yards.
Well, I gotta admit, I'm not very good at judging distances.
It's about 20 yards or so, and impossible to cross without a bridge, it seems. Gumshoe? You have a gun. You've been trained and authorized to use a gun. And you can't judge distances? Does he have a gun? I mean, remember in the second game, he talks about giving Pearl a gun? Maybe he has like a fake gun to feel better, because they don't give him a gun. I feel like I would like that better. Oh man. Does he ever actually use it? I don't think so. Remember though, this is also Japanifornia. Even though they can use guns in Japan as well, there's... like, you get really grilled over doing so. I think they, like... it's one of those things where it is more an actual last resort for them because the paperwork is egregious. I think. I think he mostly just wrestles with people, if anything. Well, yeah. Well, I mean, maybe it's also because maybe he doesn't use his gun because he can't judge distances unless he's bad with it. Dusky Bridge.
Some letters are wildly engraved into a roughly cut boulder. Dusky Bridge. It certainly is an appropriate name. You need to get some glasses, Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh, apologies.
That sign says Dusty Bridge. I can see how you read it wrong, though, sir.
You're the one who needs glasses, detective. Try reading it one more time.
Ah, you're right. It's Dusky Bridge after all. I guess whoever wrote this made a mistake.
I wonder if... like, I guess in the original Japanese, this must be like a kanji that Maya and Gumshoe are getting wrong because they're kind of dumb. We can pretend he doesn't use guns because he does. Edgeworth might not like it with childhood trauma. Honestly, that does sound like something Gumshoe would do, though.
Hey, it's a public phone. You don't see a lot of these anymore.
That's true.
Since we've got one here, why don't we take a photo as a memento?
Well, sure? Why not?
Oh, darn it. I don't have a camera with me. I'm gonna go buy a disposable camera. I'll be right back, sir.
What's so special about public phones? Why is he so fascinated by them? See, it was one of the few new Edgeworth doesn't do well on earthquakes attracts. Yeah. Is that everything? I think that is everything.
Huh? What's that thing doing on your lapel, Mr. Edgeworth?
Is it really that odd?
You bet it is, sir. A prosecutor wearing a defense attorney's badge? That's like a detective with a license to kill.
Does this little thing hold that ominous of a meaning? Well, you don't understand, Edgeworth. Phoenix has shown that to so many people that it has gained spiritual energy of its own and has aura.
Have you ever seen this thing before? Hey, thanks a lot. I was getting kind of hungry. Oh,
What are you doing, detective?
ack. I thought it was some kind of candy that would fill me up, sir. Lately, I've been feeling so hungry all the time.
Maybe his salary has been cut just a little too much? Oh, Gumshoe is starving because he doesn't have enough money for even instant noodles. Oh, Gumshoe.
Look, I'm just your everyday simple detective. Don't ask me such tough questions, okay?
That's not something to be proud of, detective. Okay. And
There's a lot we don't know about this victim. We don't know her real name, her background. We don't know anything, really.
Gumshoe, do you even have a place to live? I'm gonna be kind and say clearly, Katie, you were distracted because you were making Evie right now. Because like 50 lines of dialogue ago, he just talked about how he had a shitty apartment at a place called Compton Castles. Or maybe it's just the fact that it is late for you, and as we become dinosaurs, it's harder and harder for us to stay up. That's rather odd. If she was trying to hide her identity, why would she become an author?
I'll bet it was just one of those things, you know? She probably never expected to get so popular.
Which I assume is going to be the same thing if I present this one. Yeah, I thought so.
Whenever something happens, this guy always shows up like he hasn't got a care.
The late part is the only excuse I have. So.
In fact, you know what? Every time he shows up, I always wonder the same thing. Maybe somehow he's actually the cause of all these incidents.
Oh, Gumshoe. You can't be a conspiracy theorist. You're too poor to afford a corkboard. I wonder if Gumshoe has realized it yet. But you could say the exact same thing about him. Your face is more drawn out than the last time I saw you, over a year ago.
Really? I thought so.
No, wait. It's not so much drawn out as weary and tired, or maybe just plain old thin.
I thought that too, sir. My salary's been kinda on the low end. So yeah, my food options have been kinda non-existent. Off-brand chicken soup, off-brand spaghetti, off-brand bread, that sort of thing.
Okay. On one hand, there's nothing wrong with store-brand stuff. On the other hand, when all the thing you can get is off-brand like chicken soup or spaghetti or bread, oof. Oh no, is that what Gumshoe is in jail for conspiracy? I thought you were really into instant noodles last year.
I got really sick of the stuff after a while, sir.
Oh, poor Gumshoe.
He's supposed to be Miss Elise Donim's apprentice or something.
I see.
Yeah, he drew a nice portrait of me.
That's nice.
But he made me pay him 50 cents for it.
I'm sorry about that.
You don't seem very interested in him, Mr. Edgeworth.
The key is rotation of off-brand items. This is true. I don't know, it's always interesting. Because I find that there are things where it matters to me and things where it doesn't. And I've noticed that seems to be a little bit different for every person, which I guess is just because of brain chemistry and nose and tongue chemistry and particulars like that. Oh, I think I already read this. I'll do it again anyways.
You don't seem very interested in him, Mr. Edgeworth.
Sometimes store brand is just better. This is also fair and true.
I really don't want to talk about him, that's why. I feel like I've seen this girl somewhere before. She wasn't from a prior case, was she?
Nope, can't be. We did a database search with her fingerprints and came up with nothing.
I see. I just can't shake this nagging feeling.
Well, everyone knows that you are quite popular with the ladies, sir. Maybe she's an old girlfriend that you sent to Dumpsville when you were younger.
Detective, where did you hear such nonsense from?
I didn't hear it from anyone. It's just sort of how I imagine you to be, sir.
Do I really inspire this sort of frothing desire from the female masses?
Oh, they didn't do it here. Okay. I thought they were going to do the thing where he gets a repressed flashback of something. I feel like that... Maybe that's just in other games. But no, it's gotta be in this one, right? Because you actually meet her in investigations. Oh well. What happened?
I just got back into the country, so I don't really know much about the case.
It's simple.
Well, simple is as simple does, as they say.
Oh, you've got no idea how much I've missed that biting sarcasm of yours, sir. But seriously, this one's a piece of cake. There's a witness that saw the whole thing.
A witness?
Yeah, that bikini lady.
Bikini lady? Here, on this freezing cold mountain?
Well, you should talk to her yourself if you want the details, sir.
I may have to talk to this bikini lady. I mean, decisive witness myself.
That's the bridge.
So this is the bridge that Wright fell through?
Yup, I can't imagine being that reckless myself. Look before you cross is how it goes, right? Or was that a leap?
And is there something on the other side?
Yeah, some old building they call the Inner Temple. But we can't get over there without a bridge, sir.
What?
Nobody lives there, so it's usually not a problem. But someone was at the Inner Temple doing some training, and now they're stuck there.
Yes, I heard that from Wright. It's Maya Fey.
Oh no, her again? Anyway, the air's really turbulent right now, so we can't do an aerial extraction.
You know, I was about to say, what about a chopper? But I'm glad that they actually did, you know, they weren't completely dumb.
No one's gonna be able to reach the Inner Temple until tomorrow, sir.
Will she be alright in this cold? So how did this bridge burn down anyway?
We're almost 100% sure it was lightning.
Lightning? You're telling me the bridge caught on fire due to a fluke bolt of lightning?
Yup, last night it snowed for the first time in 3 days. It's a little unusual for lightning to occur during a snowfall like that. But according to the weather data, lightning definitely struck.
Gumshoe's not actually that hard a voice to do, but I've been going for a little while that I need to have a little hydration moment. Or tea-dration moment. Weather data. A regional weather report for the night of the crime. Edgeworth is also technically not my base speaking voice like I made Phoenix. Although, to be clear, Edgeworth is barely different. He's just a slightly modified cadence, really. I see. This is a very detailed weather report. Almost too detailed. It even has the exact time that the lightning struck the bridge.
Oh, that? We got that information from the witness's testimony.
Someone actually saw the lightning hit the bridge. Who is this witness?
Making protag base speaking voice is just a good practice, really. Oh yeah. I mean, I think most people do that. Unless one, you know, you're only going to do it in like small snippets. Or two, and we've both been there. When they're not the right gender, it can be kind of hard. Well, you know what I mean. Not the aligned gender. Right gender sounds wrong.
Sorry. I'll go ask one of the local cops later, sir.
Prosecutor Godot.
So who is this Prosecutor Godot? I've never heard of him.
Yeah, he's a new guy. Showed up after you left the country. He's a complete rookie, but nobody can say a bad word about the guy.
What kind of a man is he?
He just became a prosecutor recently, but he's good, sir. Real good.
If he's so good, how's it that I've never heard of him? Is he the lead prosecutor on this case?
He has killer headgear. Yeah, he does.
You bet he is. After all, you know who is right in the middle of it.
You know who?
Phoenix Wright, of course. For some reason, Godot has really got it in for Mr. Wright.
Oh.
Yeah, he seems to have some kind of a grudge.
And what would be the cause of this grudge?
I don't know. Maybe he made fun of his mask or something.
None of this is making any sense. I'd better look into this Godot myself.
Alright, main gate we've already been to. Alright, well I think this is basically everything except for the weather data. And Godot.
I usually hear about promising young prosecutor candidates while they're still in school.
Only in the Phoenix Wright world could people mysteriously show up and be a lawyer without any credentials.
But I've never seen or heard of this person.
I gotta admit, he's puzzling all right. He just appeared one day, big mug of steaming coffee in his hand.
He sounds like an interesting man.
Yeah, the whole prosecutor's office is really into double espresso macchiatos lately.
Well, unlike you, Gumshoe, who doesn't have a salary, they can probably afford that. You know, I was thinking earlier how, like, I've avoided expensive habits. And I'm like, actually, I have coffee drinks way too many days out of the week. That's a pretty expensive habit. Largely not really a deadly one, but not a good one, regardless. Alright, well, let's go to the main gate. February 8th, Hazakura Temple, main gate. Yo,
Edgy, what took you so long? I'm so cold, my brain's turned to sherbet. I knew it was a mistake to race back to this country.
What do you mean?
Wright is going to be fine, and the case itself isn't anything unusual. I find myself taking a request to defend a woman accused of murder.
Hey, wait a second. Hold it. Objection. What's going on here, Mr. Edgeworth?
It's hard to explain, but one thing led to another, and
What kind of lame excuse is that? And you call yourself a defense attorney?
Prosecutor Edgeworth is a prosecutor, and that's why he's Prosecutor Edgeworth. Prosecutor Edgeworth, defense attorney, just sounds plain old weird, pal.
Okay. I know it's because Gumshoe is a moron, but he is correct. Prosecutor anything, defense attorney, does sound weird.
Right, Prosecutor Edgeworth?
I'm not sure what role I'm supposed to be playing anymore. Dude, Edgy, I don't see you for a couple of years, and your heart turns to sherbet. I'd say more like sorbet. It is rather cold here.
Spoilers of Phoenix Wright 7. Oh, man. I doubt they would, but it'd be really neat if they made Ace Attorney 7 and they, like, really mix and match the gameplay. Like, they actually threw in some investigation elements.
Iris didn't murder her. Someone else did it. I just know it, okay? So trust me on this one.
Ever the romantic, aren't you, Larry? Nevertheless, I'll do whatever I can to prove her innocence. At least until I pass the baton on to Wright, that is.
That must be the main hall back there.
A brilliant deduction, sir.
Are you trying to flatter me, Detective Gumshoe?
A brilliant use of suspense to build the tension, sir.
According to Wright, the head nun has some important information. I can't miss the opportunity to speak with her. I suppose this type of thing is necessary up here in the mountains.
Say, this just gave me a great idea.
Something tells me he's going to tell me what's on his mind, whether I like it or not.
I've got an idea for a brand new invention. It might even make me rich.
An invention?
Yeah, a car that can travel on snow. I'll call it a snow car. So what do you think, sir? Would you go for a ride on something like that?
Only after you take the first 1,000 test rides. Which, honestly, very valid.
I can see a small bell tower from here.
Hey, that just reminded me. There's something I've always wondered about.
Something tells me he's going to tell me what's on his mind, whether I like it or not.
We call a person who tells a lie a liar, right? So why don't we call a person who rings a bell a beller? Or truer, for a guy who tells the truth. Oh man, I'm not gonna get any sleep tonight.
I had no idea he was such a deep thinker. The answer, Gumshoe, is because English is a bullshit language. This gate looks quite old, strong enough to resist the weight of time.
That's the Mr. Edgeworth I know. You've got a real flair for words, sir.
I have always appreciated this kind of old, timeless elegance.
That's exactly how I feel, too. Take this coat, for example. Like a fine wine, it gets better with age.
So, they've iterated on this joke once or twice, right? Because, like, we saw Baby Gumshoe had, like, a tan coat. And in Investigations, we've seen Detective Bad, and his coat's, like, black. If we do see a future Gumshoe, do you think they're going to maintain that bit? I mean, we'll never know because they're never going to show us Gumshoe again anyways, but still. Even fine wine turns to vinegar and begins to stink at some point. I suggest you wash that atrocious rag you call a coat, detective. Okay, that was everything, I think? Oh, right, that was everything that was not Larry.
Come to think of it, when you were a kid, you were always saying, when I grow up, I want to be a lawyer and defend the people, or something like that.
That was a long time ago.
But see, now you've got the chance to follow your boyhood dream for a day. Edgy, you gotta do it. You gotta save my little Iris.
This is exactly why I hate childhood friends. I don't know if you want to say that, Edgeworth. Phoenix is still a childhood friend.
Hey, I know I may not look like it, but I'm an artist. I refuse to look at anything that doesn't have a radiant or beautiful motif.
He didn't even give it a glance. Okay. Wow, I thought I must have something about the magazine. Okay.
I still can't believe it. She was such a great person.
Oh, apologies.
But someone's pinning this murder on my sweet little Iris. Edgy, please, I'm counting on you.
Well, frankly, I was hoping you could give me a little more than that.
Well then, I got it. I'll draw you a portrait. How about that?
Since you're kind enough to offer, alright. And weather data. Okay, nothing there. Phoenix.
He was a good guy. Real pal to the end. When I look back now, I have nothing but good memories.
What's with the past tense? He's not dead, you know.
Yeah, you're right. Anyway, the guy owes me. After all, I saved his life.
What is that supposed to mean?
If I hadn't called for help so quickly, he would have died. It's no surprise, though. I used to be a security guard. It was all instinct, baby.
He has a point. He called me pretty quickly, too. I think Larry's pretty good at motivating people. I just wish he would try motivating himself once in a while. God damn it, Larry. Okay, nothing about Gumshoe, that's fair. I think that's...
Huh? Me? All you have to do is to remember not to call me Larry anymore.
What?
I'm a new person now. I have been reborn as Louis Donim.
Alright, fine. Let me ask you something else than Larry.
Call me Luis, don't. Then I'll call you Melise Donim.
Okay, it's gonna be same as earlier, right? Yeah, okay, I thought so. I have a feeling that she's hiding something.
Could be. But after all, she's shy and gets embarrassed pretty easily.
I don't think that has anything to do with it.
Why not? Look, I know all about this kind of thing. Come on, Edgy. You were a guy once. Lots of girls are like Iris. You know I'm ready.
Well, you most certainly seem to have convinced yourself.
Man, I love shy girls like her. It's just so cute. You know what I mean?
So doesn't listen to others, I see. I guess some people just never change. And you won't know about Goodell. Okay. Talk. Iris.
Man, I'm telling you, Iris is so cute. Right, Edgy? You think so too, don't you? What's wrong? Why are you so quiet?
To put it simply, your comment has me highly concerned. Could it be that the reason you think she's innocent? Come on. A girl like you can't possibly be a murderer. I was right after all. I should never have come back. No, no. Don't worry. I see things for how they really are this time. Honest. If I had a penny for every time you said that. It's just that, well, Iris is a delicate flower. You can't force things too much. Know what I mean? Huh? I have no idea what you're talking about, Larry. Oh. Forget it. I didn't say anything. I always forget you like gay, I think? Huh? The night of the crime. Larry, where were you and what were you doing on the night of the crime? Larry? What? Don't tell me. You think I might have done it? What? Get lost. Go back on your charter jet and get out of my sight, you creep. And I hope your plane crashes and you die. I'll ask just one more time. On the night of the murder, where were you and what were you doing? God fucking damn it, Larry. As I suspected, Psycholocks. I'm sorry, man. You know me, I just don't remember. My short-term memory is a wreck, dude. Alright, I think that's everything. Okay. It's cursed to do this, but I feel like I need to take a little break here, just to give myself kind of a little rest, drink a little bit more tea and all that. And I didn't take a break earlier because that was way too early when we finished the first part of the investigation. And I don't think I can finish this tonight, but we'll see how far I can get. So I'll be back in a few minutes. I'll leave everyone on Larry because I guess I hate you guys. See you in a little bit. All right. So, main hall. February 8th, Hazakura Temple, main hall.
Oh,
Hey, hello there. So how are you feeling?
all right, I suppose. Who is this?
My name is Miles Edgeworth.
My, a handsome boy such as yourself is always welcome. Oh, if circumstances weren't so tragic, I might just...
Please don't call me boy. I'm sorry to trouble you, but I'm looking for a woman in a bikini.
Well, you have found her. Now, what can I do for you?
I'm sorry, but I don't see any bikinis.
If you ask nicely, I might give you a big boy.
Mr. Edgeworth? This is the head nun, Sister Bikini. She's the witness.
Why didn't you tell me that earlier? This is exactly why your salary keeps on getting cut.
My stomach is already growling in protest.
So, what's the latest about my beloved Iris?
Well, first, I want to hear what you know. Oh, let's take a second to do this. There's flowing script written everywhere on the walls.
Man, I bet you'd have awful nightmares if you tried to sleep in here.
This is our main hall, so it's protected by a variety of magic spells and charms, all designed to prevent evil forces from entering.
So if I slept here, the Oogie Woogie Boogie Man wouldn't hunt me down for eternity? All right.
Does this guy think about anything other than eating and sleeping? That thing sure casts a strong presence over the whole room.
This is the Lesser Magatama. It's a precious heirloom containing a great many souls.
Huh? This is lesser? What is the greater one like?
The greater Magatama is displayed in the main room of Fey Manor. It was supposed to be shown at the Treasures of Karain exhibit, but it was so large that they couldn't bring it through the doors.
I didn't remember that part at all. That's kind of neat.
It's an altar with a giant Magatama enshrined on it.
There are lots of candles lit up on it, too. You know, I haven't had a birthday party for myself in a while.
Maybe you should blow out those candles over there to make up for it.
Mr. Edgeworth, would you mind singing happy birthday to me?
So, stop that. Cut that out. Please don't blow out the altar candles.
Okay, she was weirdly freaked out about that, but, you know, religious stuff, I guess.
Oh, it's a warmed cat box, but where are all the cats?
Okay, I know this is meant to be Gumshoe being dumb, but also, I mean, he just wants to see some cats. And there's nothing wrong with that.
It's called a hibachi. It's for heating the room.
Oh, look at all these ancient straw frisbees.
Those are a type of zabuton cushion. It's called enza.
Why are you giving me such a hard time? Huh, Mr. Edgeworth? Why?
Because learning something new might actually be a good thing for you, detective. God. Give a man a fish versus teaching a man to fish, etc., etc.
Now you make me want fish, Mr. Edgeworth. Can you buy me one?
Ugh. There are more Enza cushions in the corner of the room. Oh, what's that white piece of paper sticking out from under that stack?
Beats me.
Would you mind checking that for me, Detective Gumshoe?
Yes, sir. Here you were, Mr. Edgeworth.
It looks like an old manila envelope.
Yeah.
What is it, Detective?
Look, this could be it. An ultra important clue. A super special clue.
I suppose I should read it myself, then.
It looks like a letter addressed to Sister Iris. Tonight at 10 at Heavenly Hall. Unless you want your secret to be exposed.
This sounds like a blackmail letter.
Note to Iris added to the court record. Found in the main hall. Maybe she dropped it?
Nice going there, Mr. Edgeworth. Why can't I ever find clues like that? You're an ultra important prosecutor. A super duper prosecutor.
Well, I suppose it takes a super duper kind of dumb to miss a clue like this. Huh. Okay. I think that's basically everything. Alright, now to present stuff.
About this here.
Let me see. Well, as you may know, in order to see reality for what it truly is, we strive to break our attachments to much of the transient material realm. I guess you could call me an immaterial girl.
I guess she lives in an immaterial world, huh, Mr. Edgeworth?
Why are you this way, game? I'm just an immaterial girl, living in an immaterial world. Alright, well.
That's one of the Fey Clan's very own Magatamas. That's a priceless treasure you've got there.
What? Wow, I'm impressed, sir. You never fail to surprise me.
Yes, you don't look it, but now I can see you're a real fan of the occult.
Excuse me?
Oh, of course this piece couldn't possibly be real, but to have such a nice replica. Clearly, you're a big fan of the Korean tradition.
Wow, I'm impressed, sir. You never fail to surprise me.
I should have known better than to show this thing around. That's kind of a nice touch that actually the head nun seems to know something going on.
Well, look what you found. That's the master of the Korean channeling technique, Mystic Misty Faye.
Faye?
It's been nearly 20 years since Mystic Misty's disappearance. Apparently, she intended to pass on the master title to her daughter.
Who is this daughter?
Well, I myself am part of a branch family of the Fae clan, but even I am not privy to information concerning the main family.
Okay.
Well, that's a demon wooden hood. Acolytes are highly susceptible to possession by evil spirits, you know. That's why we always wear these for protection.
Oh, I see.
What are you waiting for? You won't get any protection just by holding it, you know. Put it on already.
No, I can't. I was just...
Oh, it's like it was made just for you, Mr. Edgeworth.
What do you mean by that, detective?
It looks absolutely marvelous. You've just got to keep it on for a while.
Is this some sort of divine retribution? Okay. Nobody can let Phoenix know that this hood has been worn by both Iris and Edgeworth. He will not be able to contain himself. Okay, that's fine. About this picture...
Well, look at that. I look pretty. S to the XC, don't you think?
For a second, I was going to try to read that like Stuthexy, and I was like, no, wait, that's not what she's saying.
Yeah, absolutely.
Up until recently, we've avoided exposure in such magazines, but this time we had our reasons.
Is that so?
Well, why deny the world the sight of such a lovely face?
How old are you? Okay, 48. Photo release.
Oh, how could such a terrible thing have happened? It's all my fault.
Well, come on, lady. I don't think you need to take the blame yourself.
Quiet, what do you know anyway?
Ouch, you're scary.
With that stupid 5 o'clock shadow and that stupid old coat of yours. It's too bad that you were the one that disappeared.
What the fuck, lady? That's rude. Why does she have to take it all out on me?
Her anger does seem a little manufactured. Let's see about the weather report. Okay. And note to Iris. Do you know anything about this old crumpled up letter?
Is that addressed to Iris?
Yup, it clearly says to Iris on it.
I can't believe it. That girl doesn't have any secrets from me.
Ah, so Sister Bikini didn't know anything about it. Okay. The head nun of Hazakura Temple, a channeling dojo, she discovered the murder. A prosecutor for this case, he apparently holds some sort of grudge against Wright.
This man, his face betrays a life of suffering and great weariness of the world.
Sure?
But even so, I can't believe this guy actually jumped into the river. Think of all the fun things he might have enjoyed if he had just lived. Relentless spiritual training alone is no way to lead a complete life, huh?
It sounds like she's got some major regrets she's dealing with. Perhaps I should let Gumshoe explain Wright's situation to her for me.
Hey, don't look at me like that. Do your own dirty work, sir.
Okay, nothing there.
This is Mr. Khaleesi's apprentice, is it not? I think he might have a bit of a crush on me. Sweet boy, at any rate.
Huh?
Oh, I don't blame him. Sister Bikini understands the temptations of young men.
Sure.
But I'm afraid it wouldn't be proper to abuse my position. I had none after all. But in return, I did allow him to draw a portrait of me.
I pray it was a pose that maintained your modesty, for everyone's sake. This is just gonna be the same thing here, right? Yeah, okay, I thought so. You said you went with Maya to the training hall in the inner temple last night. Did you happen to see Iris while you were there?
Of course I saw her. I told her to meet us after ringing the 10 o'clock bell for lights out.
So you're saying Iris came to the inner temple then?
Of course she did. Iris has always been a good, obedient girl. After that, I had Iris help Mystic Maya begin her training.
But that doesn't fit with Iris's story at all. She said that she never went to the inner temple.
As they say, the plot thickens.
Interesting that she should say that. And neither of them seem to be lying. You know about Godot, which is not weird. And I'll ask you about yourself.
It's all my fault. Me and my stupid back. Mr. Khaleesi has been murdered. An important acolyte is trapped. And the little girl has been lost.
You know you really shouldn't be so negative. It creates bad karma.
I'm sorry. Edgeworth doesn't know or care about this. Did something happen to Pearl? Because, I, the player, I'm gonna maul them. Okay, I mean, obviously, you know. But that's supposed to make you worry some. I also wonder some, too.
Quite right. I need to do some more training myself, I think.
Oh boy, okay. The night of the crime. First, I'd like to ask you about last night.
Well, last night, we had an acolyte here for training. After dinner, the two of us went to the training hall in the inner temple.
She must be talking about Maya. Approximately what time was that?
I suppose it was about 9 o'clock when we left here. Training lasts all night long. It's extremely exhausting. The channeling dojo's head nun must be in attendance at all times to keep watch.
Sorry, let me go drink a little bit of tea, because my voice is starting to break there. Oh, okay. We can't, we must be almost done with it, though.
The channeling dojo's head nun must be in attendance at all times to keep watch.
Wow, you're right. That does sound exhausting.
Detective, this is no time for flattery.
Sorry.
Sometime around 11 o'clock, you witnessed the incident in the courtyard. But your duty was in the inner temple. Why did you come back here?
The way you're staring at me, I'm starting to get goosebumps. Ha 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 ho ho.
I'm starting to get goosebumps myself, but for a decidedly different reason.
Ho ho, you get the chills pretty easy, don't you, Mr. Edgeworth?
As the head nun, it's your duty to stay with the acolyte at all times, correct?
Yes, that's correct. I know I may look strong, but the truth is, I've got a bad lower back.
A bad lower back?
Yes, it's especially bad in the winter. So bad that I can't even lift a bucket. Do you remember how cold it was last night? My bad back felt as stiff as frozen glass. I just wanted to take a nice hot bath to ease my aching back. That's why I returned to the main hall.
So you left the disciple all alone?
Don't be ridiculous. I would never do that. That's why I ordered Iris to the inner temple after she had rung the bell for lights out.
Yes, but she never went to the inner temple, did she? So did this head nun actually see Iris there? I think I'd better try to get some more details. All right then. I'd like you to tell me exactly what you saw in the courtyard.
It must have been past 11 o'clock. Ah, no, I can't see it. It's too much for my poor heart.
Hey, calm down, lady. Let go of my tie.
I saw two people. One of them was lying on the ground. The other one was stabbing her from the back with a sword.
Did you see this criminal with your own eyes?
I didn't want to believe what I was seeing, but it was Iris.
You must have been quite shocked.
Of course she was. Try putting yourself in her shoes. It'd be like if you were stabbing Mr. Wright smack in the middle of a courtroom. And I happened to witness it from the witness stand. I'd be pretty shocked, too.
I mean, define stabbing, Gumshoe. But no.
I know it sounds insane, but that's what I saw. And when I finally realized what I was seeing, I screamed. And then I passed out.
Unfortunately for us, her testimony seems to be pretty solid.
However, the idea of Iris doing such a foul act seems unnatural.
Unnatural?
The girl I know simply isn't capable of this sort of foulness.
I wonder what she means by that. The acolyte. So who is this acolyte that was to train at the inner temple?
Her name is Maya Fey. I treated her very badly, I'm ashamed to say. And after she went through the trouble of signing up for the special course.
Special course?
It's a training session where you sit on a block of spirit ice and chant 30,000 times.
You don't mean to tell me she's still doing that over at the inner temple, do you?
No, of course not. You don't have to worry about that one little bit. Last night, we still hadn't started the training session itself.
Well, that's good to hear.
Oh, dear, there's one thing I forgot to tell you.
Uh-oh. I don't think I like the sound of this.
Do you know that small girl? I believe she is Mystic Maya's little sister?
Maya has a little sister?
Oh, you mean Little Pearl. That's Maya Fey's cousin.
Look at Gumshoe knowing things. Little Pearl?
I thought she was going to visit Mystic Elise after we'd finished with dinner cleanup, but I haven't seen her at all since late last night. She's nowhere to be found.
You mean she was with the victim?
It's all the fault of my stupid, creaky old back.
A little girl who was with the victim on the night of the murder is gone.
As they say, the plot thickens.
Like anything new from you? No, I didn't. Okay. Courtyard. February 8th, Hazakura Temple, courtyard.
And this is where the murder took place, sir. Other than removing the body, we left everything else untouched.
Thanks, detective. I'll just have a look around. Looks like the police are still investigating.
Oh yeah, by the way, I thought I'd better ask just to be sure. Are you really gonna defend that nun, Iris, at the trial tomorrow?
Yes, I will. I gave her my word, and now I must follow through with my commitment.
Well, in that case, I've gotta be careful. Gotta make sure I don't leak the prosecution's whole investigation.
Don't worry about it, detective. Just keep your mouth closed, and I think most of it will flow out on its own.
You got it, sir. I'll make sure it flows out like water from a tap.
Yes, you do that, detective. Just how much has your runny spout leaked over the years? Maya looks different tonight. I know, and they really misspelled Phoenix. Like, I know there were some typos early on, but this is ridiculous. Hey, Dill. Oh. think it's all the high-pitched voices, but I'm definitely running my voice a little ragged tonight. At least I made Edgeworth very easy. Okay.
It's a lantern. I suppose they light it at night.
There's something elegant about the light of a fire. At the end of each month, I always like to relax in my room by candlelight.
Detective, can you not afford to pay your electricity bill?
How did you know?
Oh, Gumshoe. Oh.
What's this? It looks like a wizard's staff.
That belonged to the victim, Miss Elise Donim. There's nothing strange or magical about it. Oh yeah. Listen, this is just between us, okay, sir?
Yes? What?
This is top secret stuff. Don't tell anyone about this.
All right.
The truth is, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a wizard.
Gumshoe. Bless your heart. I bet Gumshoe would be great for D&D too. He would definitely get into it. No reservations.
That's it? That's what you wanted to tell me?
That's it.
This staff was made from a very strong kind of wood. What about fingerprints? Were there any on it?
Just the victims.
Victim staff added to the court record. Victim staff,
Carried by Elise Donim when she was alive, has her fingerprints on it.
oh my god. I didn't realize. Do they have Edgeworth and Gumshoe waiting on this?
The main gate must be just over that stone wall.
Ah, stone walls. I jumped over a few of those in my time. Most of them are good memories, but not all.
Detective, perhaps someone should introduce you to the concept of paucity of words.
Oh my god, they don't do anything with the stepladder. Okay. That must be waiting for when we come back here with... Wait, but... I don't think Maya's ever here for an investigation.
The main hall of Hasakura Temple is above us here.
Hey, you're right. But I'm pretty sure the main hall didn't have a second floor.
Sakura Temple was built on a steep part of the mountain. The front and back of the main hall are on different levels.
Oh, that makes sense. But wouldn't it be easier just to build the place slanted, sir?
I fail to see how we can consider that to be an even remotely good idea.
A toboggan?
Ah, I just love skiing.
Really? You don't, seem like the type. Well, what about sleds?
Sleds? Nah, they're a little too kiddie, you know? Messes with my hard-boiled image. What's with the silence, Mr. Edgeworth?
Is the world starting to go mad?
Alright, I think the only thing left is the statue.
So the sword from this gold statue is actually the murder weapon?
It sure is. It's called a Shichishito, by the way. A nasty piece of work, sir.
There's still blood on it. I suppose this is the victim's blood.
Yup, it's all over the blade. And speaking of all over the blade, there are fingerprints all over the hilt of the Shichishito, too.
Fingerprints?
Naturally, they match the prints we got from the younger nun, the defendant.
Her fingerprints are on the murder weapon.
What's wrong? You're looking really solemn.
Is this how it is for Wright? Is this what it's like to be a defense attorney?
Yeah, I figure it doesn't feel really good.
To be honest, it feels more like it's detrimental to your health.
Shichishito added to the court record.
Shichishito, the apparent murder weapon, has the victim's blood and the suspect's fingerprints on it.
Alright, is that everything? It looks like it might be. I already presented most of this to Gumshoe, right? Okay, yeah, okay, I did do that. So what was new to present to Gumshoe? Weather data. Okay. Note to Iris. Okay, the staff.
Oh, so I think I might have already told you about this, but truth is, when I was a little kid,
You wanted to become a wizard, right?
hey, that's amazing. How did you know that? So, what do you think? I'd make a really great one, don't you think?
We just had this conversation a little while ago, Detective.
This sword represents the multiple branches that life can take, all ending as one.
I've never heard that one.
You know what I think about sometimes? What kind of life would I have had if I hadn't joined the homicide division?
So you think about that kind of thing too, huh?
Of course I do. I think about it a lot. Me as a traffic cop, me as a detention officer, me as the Blue Badger.
I guess he doesn't have any plans to leave the force.
Oh, Gumshoe.
This is the witness who saw the crime take place out there in the temple courtyard. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be in her testimony. It's gonna be her testimony that'll be key to this case, sir.
So you mean she's going to be a witness in the trial tomorrow?
Of course. A nun is as trustworthy as you can get. We got this one in the bag. Oh, I mean, I've always been on your side, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. So yeah, this is a pretty tight spot we've gotten ourselves into, huh?
I understand why Wright is always breaking into a cold sweat. Maya Fey, age 19, went to the inner temple for spiritual training and is now trapped there. I wonder if Maya is all right. I could never show my face to Wright again if something were to happen to her.
Aw, it'll be okay. If that ever happens, you can just show him my face. How's that? Ack, I didn't mean it like that, sir. It was just a silly little joke.
I wonder if there is another way to get across to the other side. The support wires for the bridge are still intact, correct?
That bridge is almost 20 yards long. I know I may look like it, Mr. Edgeworth, but I'm no superhero.
In any case, I just hope Maya is all right. Maya's cousin was apparently with the victim at the time of the crime, currently missing. What about Pearl? Has no one seen her at all since last night?
Seems that way. Apparently, she hasn't gone back to Crane Village either, sir.
But it's true that she was with Elise Donim at some point last night.
No doubt about it. Ah, you mean that maybe whoever killed Miss Donim also...
Don't jump to any crazy conclusions.
Ouch. You sure have one mean punch, Mr. Edgeworth. It's downright fierce.
Okay. Depending how much longer this investigation goes, I might need to call a little bit early. Just because of my voice, but we'll see. Only got like 50 or so minutes, so. The victim.
The victim is the famous picture book author, Miss Elise Donim. Her entire past up until she won that writing award last year is a total mystery.
It's hard to believe in this day and age you can still find people like that.
The estimated time of death of the victim was between 10 o'clock and 11 p.m. on February 7th. Cause of death was blood loss resulting from a stab to the back by the murder weapon.
The murder weapon?
The victim was found skewered with a giant sword, sir.
That's terrible.
Yeah, but there's one strange thing.
Yes?
The victim's entire body was covered with bruises. The bruises are consistent with falling from the height of a 2-story building.
A 2-story building? That would be about the same height as that room in front of us, correct?
Hey, you're right. Way to go, Mr. Edgeworth. That just happens to be the room that Miss Elise...
Wow, that miss.
That just happens to be the room that Elise Donor was staying in.
Maybe she was pushed out of the window after she was stabbed by the sword. Lisa's autopsy report added to the court record. Lisa's autopsy report. Time, 10 to 11 p.m. Cause, loss of blood from stabbing back. Body fell 10 feet after death. Well, that already sounds like that doesn't actually correspond with what Bikini was saying, but we'll see, I guess. What happened? Now then, detective, let's see if we can summarize what we've learned so far.
Okay, let's take a look at the map. According to the testimony of Sister Bikini, the head nun, right after they'd finished dinner, she and Maya Fey headed to the inner temple.
I was about to say YW, but W is for witness, duh.
At 10 p.m., after ringing a bell for lights out, Iris went to the inner temple. When she got there, Bikini had her take over while she went back to Hazakura Temple. After taking a hot bath to soothe her back, Sister Bikini witnessed the murder in the courtyard. If you want more details, you should ask Bikini herself in the main hall.
The inner temple, huh? I'd like some more information about that place. Tomorrow's trial. The trial begins tomorrow, but who's the prosecutor?
I'm pretty sure it's that Godot guy, but nobody can get a hold of him, so they're looking for a replacement.
What do you mean?
It's really weird. All of a sudden, no one can reach him. I wonder if the rumors are true. Maybe since Mr. Wright caught a cold and won't be defending, he just lost interest.
I intend to appear in court in the role of defense attorney. However, I would be quite unhappy if it came out that I'm actually a prosecutor.
Yeah, I can see why, but I'm not the one you have to worry about. I think the real problem is going to be that judge.
Yes, he certainly would remember my face, even after such a long absence. That's why I requested that another judge preside over the trial tomorrow. We've only met each other once. There's a good chance he won't remember me at all.
Yeah, but what about the prosecutor? Everyone in the prosecutor's office must know you. Wouldn't it be a problem if someone there made a big stink, sir?
There's no need to worry. I pulled a few strings and arranged for a prosecutor of my own choosing.
Wow, Mr. Edgeworth. I had no idea you had such a powerful string to pull.
Oh? But whoever could Edgeworth mean? Inner temple. What is this inner temple that Maya was supposedly training at?
According to Bikini, it's an old building they use for training the Acolytes. It's on the other side of Dusky Bridge.
The bridge that burned down, huh? Is there anything else on the other side of that bridge besides the inner temple?
Nope, not a thing.
Nothing?
The other side is surrounded by cliffs on all sides. In a way, it's kinda like a little island out there.
So the only thing there is the inner temple.
I hear it's not the kind of place a person could survive in.
Please be alright, Maya. I guess we can do the autopsy report. Okay. Gee, who else could the prosecution be? Phoenix at a role reversal? Pearls? The regular judge? That'd be really funny. Regular judge. I don't know. Seeing sideways facing judge is kind of horrifying, though. Almost right. I don't think I would want that. It's not like anything. Do you have anything to say about these things? Nothing about that. What about the sword? Really? Okay. And yeah, about that was fine. Did I get you to talk about...
She's a very important visitor, you know, an honored acolyte.
Honored? How so?
The fading is synonymous with the Karain channeling technique. Therefore, she must be a spirit medium of great power indeed.
Now that you mention it, 1 year ago, there was a case that was about the master of the Karain channeling technique.
Detective. To test talk of supernatural drivel, I suppose now you'll say she has midichlorians. References.
Ho, ho, ho. So it gives you the creeps, huh, Mr. Edgeworth?
That's got nothing to do with it. Yeah, because of course, Edgeworth was not there for that case at all, so that's a kind of fun wrinkle to have him helping here for.
Oh, this poor girl. Where could she have gone?
Well, we checked out her home and she's not there.
And she's nowhere in the vicinity of the temple either.
Which means there's only a few other possibilities as to where she could be.
Ah, do you think maybe she fell off the bridge and was carried downstream?
Why do you have to be such a pessimist, detective?
I was just trying to think like you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Ironic. I became a pessimist only after I had the pleasure of working with you. You know, it is funny that they do hold off on who the prosecution will be, because... well, maybe... they show up some point. But maybe they make you wait till the actual trial, which is silly because, as you are elegantly hinting at there, Dill, we know how these games work. You gotta conserve resources. What other prosecutor remains? February 8th. Hazakura Temple main gate. I don't see Larry anywhere.
Maybe we scared the poor kid away.
His heart was shut tight with a number of psycholocks. I guess I'll have to look for him now, with a thorn in my side. Suspension bridge, I guess? Detention center, I guess? February 8th. Detention center, visitor's room.
Ah, Mr. Edgeworth.
Armando returns? You mean Godot wasn't secretly him all along? What a shock. I came back because I need to ask you a few more questions, if you don't mind.
But I've already told you everything that I...
Iris, please remember, I'm on your side. You can tell me anything.
Yes. Thank you.
Godot was secretly Dahlia. These are all things I've already done, right? Yeah. Yeah, because Edgeworth did the glaring. Okay. Now, I have a lot of evidence I could present to you. Other data. This letter, it appears to be addressed to you.
I think it's someone...
No, wait.
I think it's someone's idea of a joke, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I threw it away.
She's not giving me a straight answer for some reason. I'm going to have to find someone else who can give me more information about this. Hello. Oh, hey, Sam. Good morning. It's usually a bad sign when you're up this early, but it's still good to see you. I don't have anything to say about that. Chichishito.
Is that the murder weapon?
Yes, it is. Have you ever seen it before?
Yes. Mystic Ami was holding it in the courtyard.
And apparently, the head nun witnessed the whole sad affair. She saw you stabbing Miss Elise Donim with this very sword last night. Oh, stop doing the crying face. Okay. Let's see. You wouldn't know. Yeah, thank. I'd like to ask you about Sister Bikini, the head of Hasakura Temple.
She raised me as if she were my real mother.
As if she were your real mother?
I was left at Hazakura Temple when I was just a small child, and she's taken care of me ever since.
Forgive me for sounding rude, but it's about your family.
I'm sorry, but I'd rather not talk about this.
That is fair.
Oh, this is the woman who was to undergo training last night. She seems like a very strong, reliable woman.
Iris. She's 6 years younger than you. Ah, whatever. Whatever else anyone has to say about this Iris woman, I can't exactly say she's the best judge of character. Edgeworth, I think she's just very nice. Don't be rude.
This is the trainee's younger sister, correct? She's cute as a button, and she seems to really love mashed potatoes and gravy.
Oh,
she even said she was going to have the leftovers for dinner the next night. And then she took the leftover potatoes and the whole pot of gravy with her to her room.
that's quite an appetite for such a little girl. She's a little kid. She can get away with that. Nobody past the age of like 30 though consumed that much carbs and especially that much sodium at one time. Oh, we can ask her about the inner temple. I just finished speaking with the head nun of Hazakura Temple. She testified very clearly as to what happened. She said she saw you stab Miss Elise Donim with a sword. And one other thing. She said that when Maya Fey began her training at the inner temple, you were there as well.
What?
When I spoke with you last, you claimed that you never went to the inner temple. And yet, Sister Bikini says she met with you at the inner temple that very night.
But I didn't go there. I didn't go to the inner temple last night.
It looks like she's unwilling to tell me the whole truth. I wonder if I'll find the answers I'm looking for if I break those psycho locks. Okay, we might have enough evidence now? I was frightened. Since I have been handed this case, it is my duty to dig up all the answers. Understand?
Yes, sir.
The smallest flame can sometimes bathe a case in a whole new light. In my years in court, I've seen it happen over and over again. That's why I'm committed to searching until I have those answers. Now then, is it really true that you didn't go to the inner temple last night?
Yes, I swear. I already told you that.
Yes, you said you didn't go because you were frightened.
That's right.
If that's the case, then the obvious question is, what were you so afraid of? Iris, I wonder, is this what frightened you so much that you couldn't even leave your own room? Oh. To Iris of Hazukara Temple. Salutation here. There's something I must talk to you about. I'll be waiting for you tonight at 10 o'clock at Heavenly Hall. Make sure you come unless you want your secret to be exposed. So, there's this note to Iris. But I wonder if instead, Google Mountain weather data for February 7th. Snow with occasional lightning strikes. Snow, 7 to approximately 10:50 p.m. Lightning, 10 to approximately 11 p.m. Lightning struck Dusky Bridge at 10:45. Around 30 minutes passed between the fire starting and going out. That is astonishing. How did that bridge last that long? Like, that does not make any sense. I can't say. I mean, I could back out. We got full health. You come on, you want your cigarette. I'm just you so much. I don't think anything has told us to think about this, but I'll guess it was the weather report. Nope, completely wrong. I guess it must be that then. Perhaps this is what you were afraid of. Well, I'm sorry, but you're wrong. Huh? Why is your voice trembling like that? It's just that your eyes are scaring me. Urk! Blast! I must be trying too hard to bluff. Please excuse me. I'm just not used to this role I've been assigned. No, I should apologize. I'm sorry for being such a scaredy cat. Anyway, I'm still determined to find the answers to this mystery. But I'm telling you, I really was in my room all last night. If that's the case, then the obvious question is, what were you so afraid of? We'll try and so. Is it the fact she didn't have her hood on? See before the light, it's out, bell the night of the crime. Protects from evil spirits. Evil spirits would make sense, actually. Because we have the blackmail letter, right? And I'm like... The one useful thing about this is you can always back out. So I can go down to, like, no health here. Ooh, although I don't think... Ooh, is this one where this carries due to the trial itself, though? Ooh, maybe I should not be so cavalier about this. Maybe it is the obvious thing. I was thinking too hard about it. That felt so obvious. I found this in the main hall. It is addressed to you. Ah, that's... Well, Iris? Why? Why are you glaring at me like that? You were scared of the blackmailer who wrote this to you. Isn't that correct? Was it the evidence or the power of my glare that broke that lock? Oh well, I don't suppose it matters either way. But, Mr. Edgeworth... Yes? I thought that letter was just someone playing a prank on me. A prank? Well, yes. After all, even if I did have a secret, there's no one to tell it to that would cause me any grief. I wonder about that. Sister Bikini is like a mother to me. I would never hide anything from her. No, you may not have anything to hide under normal circumstances. However, last night was different. Unfortunately, I don't know the exact nature of your secret yet. However, whatever it is, there is one person you didn't want your secret told to. Oh, Does she not want Phoenix to know? Oh. Pikachu's. Phoenix Wright. Ah, you mean something to Wright, it seems. I can tell he holds a special place in your heart as well. It's very gross that a guy and a girl could... I thought Phoenix was... Sorry, I'm getting distracted. That's why you didn't want him, of all people, to know your deep, dark secret. Well, what do you have to say? I should have expected as much, especially from a friend of his. Man. Oh, you get to heal after the thing too. Okay, nice. I commented on this earlier, Sam. This is such a weird case because it, with Iris here, but then Edgeworth helping out. This is truly bisexual King Phoenix's case. They're pulling him on either side. Frightened. After dinner, this letter was waiting for me in my room. As I said, I was frightened by it. What is this heavenly hall the letter mentions? It's a small mountain shack at the base of Dusky Bridge. A small shack, huh? It's more like a broken down shack that no one would ever want to go near. Where is it on this map? I don't know, yeah. It's around here. To get there, you must follow a small path down from Dusky Bridge. The reality is, to get to the inner temple, I had no choice but to cross that bridge. With the thought that such a terrible criminal could be lurking at Heavenly Hall. I was so scared by the whole affair that I didn't even want to think about it. So this is the secret that you locked away in your heart? Yes. Looks as though I may have to visit this Heavenly Hall now. Maybe I'll find some sign of our mystery blackmailer. In any case, you still claim to have never left your room last night. Yes, that's exactly right. Iris's testimony added to the court record. Iris's testimony rang lights out bell at 10 p.m. and was then in her room until the murder was discovered. The trial starts tomorrow. I promise you, I will win. I'm going to win so that you and Phoenix Wright can see each other again. But when I do, you will let him get over you so we can date. You must promise me that you will tell him your secret. But it's pointless. Why would you say that? Because I may know who Phoenix Wright is, but he has no idea who I am. Oh, what could she mean? This is such a good case. Like, obviously, I don't think the restaurant case was the worst case, but it was kind of like a not good case. No, it was a bad case. It had a couple decent bits on it overall, but definitely, like, it's not like a worthless, awful case, but it had a lot of bad to it. And then you get Case 4, which is the prelude to this case, because, I mean, we saw events happening around here. And then we have Iris, who looks exactly like Dahlia, except she looks nicer, and she has black hair. But you don't get an investigation there, but even this investigation just hits right, because this is... You can just tell when a case is one they really care about. Okay, back to the suspension bridge. Heavenly Hall. Are those? No, I'm gonna have to assume Elise drew those, maybe? Also, all the flags. February 8th, Heavenly Hall.
Whoa, not much of a view down here, huh? Still better than the view from my apartment, though.
Someone's here. Hide yourself, detective. Oh, why? Why does this always happen? Oh, God's Larry. Whenever I find a girl I like, they always run away. I haven't chased one of them to Japan. Next it's going to be prison, I guess. I'll steal that detective's wallet. That'll get me locked up for sure. Nah, I can't do that to someone who looks like he's down on his luck. Japan flag with no US flag. We must assume Japan phone uses the Japanese flag. Well, Dill, what do you mean? No, wait, it's right there. Yeah. Which flag is it then? What we don't realize is it looks like there's a little gray patch, there's the mountain in between, but actually that's one super long flag. They just have like a really poor material that's beginning to stretch in the middle and has been miscolored with time. That's such a bad explanation that doesn't work because... What about on the right then? Damn, you're right. I didn't even see there's the other one there too. Interesting. Why is... They repeat those two. No, they repeat that one too. But they don't repeat Italy's. No, they're in the opposite order. So that's American. Yes. Ameripan. America and Ameripan. Look, plate tectonics is a funny beast. It's kind of funny. They can clearly handle the right shade of blue because the UK flag's there. That's also kind of an interesting point, too. Very weird. Nah, I can't do that to someone who looks like he's down on his luck.
He's just talking to himself. Shh, be quiet and listen.
I knew it. I shouldn't have done that. I blew it again.
Done that? What did he do, I wonder?
Hey, you, about what you just said. I got an objection.
What the?
Edgy, you dirty rat. Gumshoe, you oaf.
I'm sorry, sir. Before I knew it, I was shouting out objection. And in a loud, commanding voice, too. I even pointed with my pointer finger.
You've watched too many trials.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, Larry. The jig is up. The news is out. I finally found you. What have you got to say for yourself? Need to make sure I catch an extreme VOD. The court case for this part is probably one of my favorite in the franchise. I mean, I've said that a couple times too. There's a reason this one's up hit there. It has a lot to build on. But if it helps, I'm not going to be streaming Wednesday because I need to be up fairly early Thursday. I'll probably hang out for Katie's stream. I haven't done that in a little while anyways, but sometimes I know I'll sneak those in there after her, but that's not going to be the case tomorrow. Ugh. Anyways, Larry, you stay right there. I'm going to look around first.
That's a horrible graffiti problem you've got there, pal.
You don't know anything, detective. This is art. It's an expression of my bittersweet love for Iris.
Larry, do you know what the difference between graffiti and true art is?
It's how the artist himself defines it, right?
I should have seen that one coming.
Well, if that's the case, then all of my lunchboxes are masterpieces too, pal.
I mean, to be honest, if Larry drew both of these are actually very good.
What is this festive-looking ornament?
It reminds me of art class in grade school. We used to have a lot of fun decorating the class with origami, remember?
Well,
Oh yeah, you were never any good at it.
Really?
Yeah, this guy was so bad, he couldn't even fold $1, let alone a crane.
Everyone tried to comfort him, but he would just sit there sobbing.
Really? I never would have expected that.
Be quiet already. I'll never forget the shame of that day. You want a crane? I can now make a perfect quarter-inch crane without a single flaw. That is such an Edgeworth thing. To have this moment he couldn't do something as a little kid. And in his trauma, he practiced and practiced until he could do it with perfection.
You know, Edgy, nothing for nothing, but a quarter-inch crane without a single flaw is not easy.
Yeah, that's quite a feat, Prosecutor Edgeworth.
This is exactly why I hate childhood friends.
This is the Eagle River, sir. It runs pretty fast, so it doesn't ice over even in the winter.
If it had iced over, Wright would have been in some serious trouble.
You're right about that. He would have landed on the ice and slid downstream to who knows where.
Not exactly what I meant, but alright. Boop, 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 boop. Boo-doo-doo. Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo. The straw roof is totally covered with freshly fallen powdery snow.
Wow, makes a nice image, doesn't it? I always did like the rustic look.
Heavenly Hall. I suppose it's an appropriate name in some sense. Huh, you got that right. Look at that bridge up there. This place has to be heaven, because that thing is hell. You would do well to remember, Larry, that this is a sacred place to some people. Alright. That's probably everything? Okay, I already went through most of the stuff with Larry. That's the staff that Miss Elise was always carrying. Miss Elise? Why? Huh? What is it, Larry? There's something missing from this staff. There's something missing? Okay. Yeah, because I don't even know, so we see this here, and we saw it earlier with it. But I'm not sure if that's something where it'll come up more later. You have something to say about bikining? I'm just no good with people like her. She reminds me too much of my mother. May I speak now? Huh? Sure. I don't care how you feel about her personally. Just tell me what you know about her and how she's related to the case. Don't you think you're expecting a little too much of me? I'm just a 25-year-old jobless bum trying to be an apprentice artist. I'm actually starting to feel jealous of this guy. Just a little. Oh, it's Maya. Nick was trying to go save her, you know. But instead, he wound up falling off the bridge. I'm not surprised, though. Nick always gets himself into trouble. Well, if that isn't the pot calling the kettle black. I just hope that Maya doesn't catch a cold, too. Or something worse. Oh hey, it's Pearl. But she's way cuter than this Pearl I used to go out with. Like, in a kid-cute way, yeah? Yes, well, apparently she hasn't been seen the whole morning. What did you say? Edgy. Why are you wasting your time with me then? What's wrong with you? Excuse me? If anything happens to her, I'll never forgive you.
Wow, I guess he's right for a change, sir.
Now I feel like I'm the bad guy in all of this. Alright. So we know that Larry can, if he try, falls over a very low bar of human morality. Nick versus Maya in a getting in trouble contest. Ooh. I mean, because Larry versus Maya would be up there too. Phoenix, I mean, he's got protagonist stuff going on, so that's always going to be a thing. Alright. I think we have to talk with freaking Larry. Heavenly Hall. What is this little shack anyway?
Well, I just discovered it myself yesterday.
And why were you down here in the first place?
Come on. I'm an artist. I was looking for a good place to sketch. This is a great little place. It's, artistic. It's quiet, it's cold, it's got no power, and it looks like it's about to collapse.
Sounds a lot like my apartment there, pal.
One thing's for sure, no one is likely to show up and disturb you here.
So can I get you something to drink? Some hot water, maybe?
He's getting all buddy-buddy on us, sir.
Iris.
Listen to me, Edgy. You've got to do this. You've got to save Iris.
Why are you so sure she's innocent? Because she's cute?
Watch your mouth. Anyway, I've made up my mind about it. I'm going to marry that girl.
Mr. Edgeworth is pretending he didn't hear you, so I'm gonna ask for him. Have you already asked this girl to marry you?
Huh, no, not yet. But I can tell how she feels by the look in her eyes as she gazes longingly at Phoenix Wright and doesn't look at me at all. She's got this, I really want this man to carry me over the threshold look. I'm sure Nick would be surprised. He'd never imagine that I could marry such a beautiful girl like that.
Something tells me he would be shocked indeed.
That's why I didn't want her to do anything dangerous. I mean, what am I gonna do if she gets hurt?
I know. Freaking Larry Butts. At least he didn't make my computer crash tonight, unlike yesterday.
What is this guy trying to say? He lost me about a mile back.
If we really want to know the answer to that, we're going to have to drag him onto the witness stand. Oh, Edgeworth. You're not going to want to drag him onto the witness stand? We're mostly good and a little ill. I do think it is maybe peak Larry when we get to the trial. Night of the crime. Come to think of it, you still haven't answered my question. Where were you? What were you doing last night?
Oh man, don't you have anything else to talk about? That kind of attitude, you'll never be a ladies' man like me. Okay. Chill out with those scary eyes. I got it. If you really want to know, last night, I saw something incredible.
Something incredible? Oh, fuck me. More of these psycho locks.
Yeah. But let's not talk about that now. Let's talk about the good old days. What do you say? Come on, I'll pour you a nice cup of hot water.
Why hasn't he realized that I absolutely despise talking about the good old days, especially with him? Okay. Can I go into here? In all likelihood, I probably am ready to Magatama this, right? Yeah, we'll see. A room. Regional weather data. We might have enough. The night of the crime. Alright, now you're going to tell me what you really saw last night. Whoa, you're really upset, aren't you, Edgy? Okay, I'll talk. Huh? It was a bit too easy. Yeah, anyway, it was awesome. Never seen anything like it. At around 10 o'clock last night, it started thundering. I'd been sleeping. I'm not sure for how long. Suddenly, zing! The world in front of me went white. Like I'd just been slapped in the face by my old girlfriend, Naomi. And then it was on fire. The bridge was on fire. Dusky Bridge caught on fire? Are you saying you saw it with your own eyes? Hey, why are you giving me the evil eye? I'm telling the truth. There are still 3 psycholocks remaining. That means he's still trying to hide something. By the way, Larry, where were you when you saw that happen? Where, you say? What do you mean? What do you mean, what do I mean? Just answer the question. I was in my own room, by the main hall. Where else would I be? As usual, you're as transparent as an empty jelly jar. The problem, I suspect, lies there. There? What do you mean, there? It's impossible for you to have seen lightning strike Dusky Bridge from your room. The temple map? It's gotta be the temple map, right? This is a map of the area. Take a look around the vicinity of Hazakura Temple. What am I looking for? I think that should be fairly obvious. The main hall is surrounded by trees, and it's impossible to see the bridge from here. What? Why didn't you tell me that before? Because I'm not going to aid and abet your own lie against me, you dumbass. Well, how about it? How about what? Do you feel like talking now? About what? Looks like it won't be that easy after all. You leave me no choice. I'll have to move on to the next step. You weren't in your room at the temple, so then, where were you? You don't know that I wasn't in my room. So where was Larry, and why was he there? If I've read the situation up to this point correctly, the answer is fairly obvious. Very well then, let's test my theory. The place you witnessed lightning striking Dusky Bridge was here. You mean Heavenly Hallway has a perfect view of it? Oh, I guess that was wrong, actually. The place you saw the lightning strike from was naturally Heavenly Hall. Oh. Why would I be hanging out in this old shack? Game, don't trick me like that. It's freezing cold, there's no electricity, and it could fall apart at any moment. Larry, how do you know that anyway? How do you know there's no electricity? After all, it's not that dark yet. Uh-oh. In other words, you have just provided evidence to prove my theory. My theory that you've at least once in your life visited Heavenly Hall after sunset. I have to admit I'm impressed, Edgy. You're in a totally different league from Nick. I mean, I feel like he's framing it better for himself, but not whatever. That's nice. Now tell me, what were you doing at this cold little shack last night? That's what you might call a fair decor. I think you mean a fair decor. Could it be you were waiting for someone? No. You really are one scary guy, you know? I believe that last night you were waiting for this person to come meet you. Yeah, it's Iris. Oh, not what I meant to do. Oh. Well, okay, sorry, I'll speed back through that. That was dumb. That was dumb, that was dumb. That was dumb, that was dumb. Fortunately, it's a fast thing to fix. Wow, that really did leave you on that for long enough to play tricky. Okay, that's fine. Anyways, it's always easy to know. It's Larry Butts. It's a girl. It's always a girl with him. There's only one person you'd wait for in a horrible place like this, Larry. I told you before, don't call me Larry. The person you were waiting for was Iris. Oh. Suddenly I feel cold all over, Edgy. No doubt because of my chilly glare. So you think I got the hots for Sister Iris, huh? Larry, oh my god, this guy. Do you have some kind of evidence? You got something that proves I was waiting for her? Or are you just guessing? This is where I draw the line and end this ridiculous little game. Here's the evidence that proves you were waiting for Iris. This would be the note to Iris. Here's your evidence. You called her to this spot with a pathetic blackmail letter. Oh, hey, give that back. You're embarrassing me. What are you doing with that anyway? That's not important. I misjudged you, Larry. What do you mean? Taking advantage of a woman's frailty like that. You should be ashamed of yourself. Oh. First of all, what's this at the top of the letter? It says salutation here. Well, that's what it said in that book. Letter Writing for Dummies. You're not supposed to actually write that. That's where you're supposed to write, Dear Iris. Ooh, I'm so sorry. So you were here in Heavenly Hall last night, weren't you, Larry? And you saw the lightning hit Dusky Bridge, didn't you? Sorry, Edgy. Sorry hasn't cut it, you scumbag. Threatening a young lady like that. Wait, hold up. What now, pal? What are you talking about? What threatening stuff? I'll tell you what. You tried to scare Iris by threatening to expose her secret, pal. What do you mean threaten? When did I threaten her? Unless you want your secret to be exposed. That sure sounds like a threat to me, pal. Blackmail, in fact. Give me a break. It's a love letter. Haven't you ever been in love? What did you just say? My love for her burns so hotly, it could melt all the snow on this mountain. Oh? Then what is the secret you mentioned? Come on, Edgy. Don't you get it? I'm talking about the secret love between her and me. Obviously, sure you wouldn't want old Lady Bikini to know about it, right? About our hot and sour, bittersweet love affair.
All right. Then why did you send a love letter in a business-like manila envelope?
Give me a break. It's not my fault I didn't have any other envelopes. Yeesh.
Then why were you so quick to apologize, pal?
It's 'cause Edgy gave me that scary look of his. What's wrong, Edgy? Why are you so quiet all of a sudden?
That's it. That's what all those huge locks were about. Ah, I don't understand why you were so defensive.
Well, I don't know either. I guess the thing is, you shouldn't expect too much from a guy like me. Hey, come on. Don't let it get you down.
But Mr. Edgeworth, this guy is still hiding something. I know it.
What do you mean, detective?
Don't forget what this guy said just a minute ago.
If you really want to know, last night, I saw something incredible.
He's right. Larry,
What? You're looking at me like a hungry dog that just found a bone.
what was this something incredible you saw last night? You're going to tell me, Larry, one way or another.
What do you mean by or another, Edgeworth?
Something incredible.
I already told you, didn't I? I saw lightning strike Dusky Bridge.
Yes, and I believe it was the incredible sight you saw. But now that I think about it, something does.
Oh, sorry, hiccup there.
But now that I think about it, something doesn't quite ring true.
What doesn't?
That's all there is to your story. Your heart wouldn't have had all those locks. Therefore, Larry, I do believe you saw something last night. Something more incredible than lightning.
What? When? Where? Why? How?
Hey, what do you think you're doing? You write anything for Mr. Edgeworth, I'll arrest you on the spot, pal.
Oh.
Oh, fuck me. No!
What's wrong, sir?
Does this mean I have to do it all over again?
Why are you glaring at me like I'm next to be hit by a bolt of lightning?
I've just about had it with this Harlequin. I really want to drag the truth out of him. I'll just have to drag him to the witness stand. Edgewood's like, fuck this shit, I'm out. Alright. You know, I did not actually think we were going to finish the investigation. We get to start the trial next time. That's going to be fun, although that's going to be next week. Oh. I think this, although it might not be 2-1 that does it, which, by the way, notice, already the trials are getting broken into parts. This is an intense case. I could add something there, but maybe I'll just, where is it here? That's like that. Maybe I'll do something else. That's fine. Anyways, I should go to bed. Simple Chris. Yes, thank you, Sam. Hope you have a good day. I guess it sounds like we're gonna at least be hanging out for Poker Claw. This came up earlier. I actually have almost everything left to do for Cutie Fly. I've just not been in a very conducive to table topping mood. And I've been lazy. Laziness is always a problem. But maybe tomorrow I can finally crack something out. But until then,
Everyone, have a good night. Except for if you're having it during the day, like Sam is. In which case, have a good day. Until next time, bye.